It's Transforce96 here with another video review. This time it is of two of the members from the Infinity Gauntlet San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set. We have Nebula and Death. So here you go. So I didn't buy the entire set, because, it was Comic-Con exclusive and I didn't go to the San Diego Comic-Con, but there were some other characters in that set that I really wanted, Nebula and Death being one of those characters I wanted, and luckily was able to find them on eBay for prices I was comfortable with and picked them up. So yeah, so very cool. Thanos, I'm not going to be reviewing him. He's really just there for reference because he's the character that these two kind of go with, and overall I think that the set itself was really cool. Had a lot of variety of characters, with two characters that are really awesome that needed to be made, which are the ones that I picked up, and then you did get like an Infinity Gauntlet glove, which is really cool. So yeah, so here you go. So I'm just reviewing these two characters, and I don't have the Thanos that's from that set, and I don't have the Star Fox, I believe, Thanos' brother, that's from that set either. I do have both of the other Thanoses though, so I didn't see a need to pick up that Thanos. And the Star Fox, although the character sounded pretty interesting, the figure looks like it's a very old sculpt and nothing fun about him, I think. So yeah, and plus the Infinity Gauntlet that comes with that Star Fox is the same Infinity Gauntlet that comes with this 2-pack with Thanos and Adam Warlock. So I already had the Infinity Gauntlet anyway as well. So here we go. We've got Nebula. Nebula I didn't know really anything about until the movie, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy. Nebula is of course one of the adopted daughters of Thanos, and she's much more robotic. That Nebula is very much based off of the one from like the Ultimate series or whatnot. Well, this is a little bit more classic Nebula type of look. Overall, she does use, a re-sculpt. She uses a lot of, sculpt details from other figures like Scarlet Witch, and I believe whatever that like really long-haired woman is. I can't remember. I have that figure, but I don't remember her name. But she uses a lot of their molds, and the hands, of course, are the same on those. I really do like these hands, though. They're a lot better than a fist or just relaxed palms. They look really cool, and they're really good for a multitude of different poses. So they really work for just about anything. And even if she's just standing, they work really good too. So I really do love the design of the hands that they're using. Overall, I do like the colors a lot. It's a pretty bright pink, and then you've got some black, but with like blue kind of, swirled into it, especially on these boots here. They've got a lot of blue kind of swirled into them, which is really nice. And up here, as you can see, the blue in them, and then her hair is just really great. Her hair is black, but with blue, kind of highlighted on top of it. It makes for a really beautiful effect and looks great. And then her skin tone is a very, very pale blue, which I think just looks awesome. I have to say, I really haven't seen that type of pale blue in a figure before, and it just looks really nice here. These colors, are very odd just thinking about it, but together they actually work really nice and they look cool. I'm not sure if the head sculpt is repainted or anything. It very well might be. I'm not sure. I should go and compare them. But, I think that this is a new head. I might be mistaken on that, though. As far as articulation, very good, considering this is the new woman body sculpt. You've got a ball hinge neck, which means she can look down very far, and she can look up side to side. Really, the only limitations are, the hair. Very long hair, and it comes onto the side here. So it does, limit you there. But other than that, it really does everything you want, which is good. Ball jointed upper torso. She's got ball hinge shoulders, hinge swivel elbow. You've got a swivel wrist, ball jointed hips with thigh swivel, double hinge knees, swivel at just kind of I don't know, the calf here or whatever you want to call it, just kind of the upper leg under the knee. And then you do have hinge pivoting ankles. So overall, articulation on her is fantastic, like I said, because it is the new woman body sculpt. The articulation is definitely top-notch. So overall, very happy with her. I really wanted her because I did like Nebula in the movie, and it was really nice to get a comic version of that character. So overall, very cool. and just a really great figure. I picked her up for $25. She has gone down in price, so you know you can get her for about $20 on eBay. So I would highly recommend $20 for Nebula. She's totally worth it and a really good figure as long as you're good with the character. She's great. All right, Death here. This is a little bit more of an odd figure, one that we really don't see, you know, at all. She doesn't really have any articulation. She's got a very light amount of articulation. But first of all, just starting off with the paint. The paint is really nice. I'm not sure how it's going to pick up on camera, but it's really a black with, you know, some dark and light purples mixed into it and shaded really well. It looks really fantastic, and I'm really loving how they painted this. They really did a spectacular job. You know, in less bright lights, you know, the paint is, you know, you can't see some of the lighter purple, but overall it does look really good. She does have a little hood on, and you can take it off and you can see a complete skeleton. Very gross, but painted really well. You know, it's a very cream white with you know, kind of gray mixed into it to make it look like it's really got some of those crevices and some of the bones are really sticking out, which I think does look really nice. It doesn't peg in or anything. This really just goes on, which is nice because you can turn the head and put it on, you know, and it can be, you know, tilted. It doesn't have to be in the one spot, so you can get a little bit of playability when it comes to the rotation on the head. Then the arm, it does have a swivel on the wrist, and that's it. I mean, when you're talking about a fun figure, this really isn't going to be the one for you, but when you're just talking about the character-wise, then it's a really good one. I love Death because of how unique it is that Thanos is really, you know, doing what he's doing and killing all these people and taking on the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy and everything, really just to, you know, get her to notice him. I think it's such an interesting concept and just something that's so unique that I really did enjoy that concept, so I really did want the Death figure when I saw her. You can switch out her head and hand. You know, I'm going to do this off camera because I want to get a better grasp on it. Alright, there you go. Just want to get a better, you know, grip on some of the items. I did damage them. And as you can see, you can switch out the head and hand. They're on simple pegs, you know, it's not really hard to do or anything. The only thing that's a little difficult about it is that her fingers, you know, they're very small and they're very spread out and delicate, so it's a little hard to, you know, kind of grasp them hard, you know, without kind of worrying about breaking them. I really wouldn't worry about it too much, just it's a little uncomfortable to do because they're so fragile-like. At least they seem fragile, at least. But overall, this looks really nice. Whoa. You know, she does kind of hide herself as like a woman and not just a skeleton, so it is cool to see that you can do that. I think that these accessories were definitely necessary. Really glad that they added them, because otherwise she'd really just be a statue. I also did think that if you are like thinking about doing a movie Nebula 3 3/4 inch custom, I have to say this head sculpt would work great. I mean, it looks perfect, and she's, you know, doesn't have the hair too, so this would be a great base head to start on your custom. If you were just wondering, that would really work. It looks really good. So overall, really do like both of these figures. You know, Nebula is more of what we're used to, you know, she's, you know, the sculpt that we've had before, and is one that, you know, you can play with, pose, and everything, while Death is really more just for the character. If you're not into the character Death, or you're just kind of on that character, then that you definitely don't need to pick it up, because you're not going to get it. You're not going to be like, oh, this is such a fun figure, even though I'm not too interested in the character. It's still a great one to have, because that's just not the case. She is basically a statue. But if you like the character Death, or just like me, you really like how unique, you know, Death makes, you know, Thanos, then I would definitely recommend Death to go with Thanos. Other than that, definitely not necessary for Death, though. I did pick her up for $20. You can get her for about that, from what I've seen. So, overall, would highly recommend either of these, as long as you are liking the characters. And if you picked up the whole set, that's awesome as well, because the other two are really cool. So there you go. So that's just my review of kind of half of the Infinity Gauntlet San Diego Comic-Con exclusive figures, Nebula and Death. Thanks so much for watching.